Kazoo, right?
Kazoo.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
I don't know what I was doing with my hand.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Soundcheck. This is I don't even know what episode this is. It's 6 or 7 or something. One of those. Today is albums of the decade. So, yeah, let's go.
Let's get right into it. All right.
We're going to be doing the top 8 albums of the decade by Rolling Stone. So, if you don't like Rolling Stone, then I'm sorry, I guess. Number 8, first up, we have Adele with 21.
Yeah, I feel like this album has to be on.
Easily.
Adele just this, at least this album, personally, just took over a bunch of teenage girls and just a lot of people were just playing Hello. Wasn't
Rolling in the Deep, was that one?
Yeah, I think that was,
sure
yep. But those two songs were just
huge.
Yeah. Especially this album. I just saw it everywhere. People bought the vinyls for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my cousin getting the vinyl for it. She doesn't even have a record player.
Yeah, I don't have one, but I bought Travis Scott vinyl.
I mean, which Travis Scott vinyl did you buy?
What's it called? The first one. Or his first actual album.
Oh, okay.
I forget what the name is though. Rodeo. I remember it now. It's Rodeo.
Rodeo. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Or only you and me saw that, and him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't tell anyone.
Okay. Anyway, back to Adele. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's a pretty good choice. Obviously, Adele. This album, pretty huge. I'd say it's easily Adele's best album. Obviously, it's just she just seems the best that I've seen her ever on this album. So, yeah.
She hasn't really done much since this. I don't think she has really.
Nothing as big.
Major, yeah.
Nothing as big as this. Next up, we got Lorde with Melodrama. I don't know Lorde at all, except for that one huge song.
Yeah, that's what I was I don't know if this should be on. That's why I'm confused why this is on.
Yeah.
At number 7.
Yeah, it's.
I
don't know.
There's other. My opinion, I think there's other albums that could have been on here. We don't know the top 6 yet, of course, but
yeah,
there's other albums that could be on here.
I mean, Lorde, she's cool.
Yeah, she's alright.
But I don't know if she's top 7 worthy. But
No, I don't think so.
Number 6, right? We got Drake with Take Care.
Yeah, it was kind of when he started to get bigger. I know that.
Yeah. I feel like Drake had a couple albums, this one, the one before it's if you're reading this is too late. I don't know if that came before it or not, but that one was good, and then he had one after, the one in between this one and Scorpion. I forget what that album was called, but that one was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
So those 3 albums, those are pretty much the only works from Drake that I absolutely love or like at all. But I agree with us being on here. I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool album. Pretty cool dude. Drake's lit.
Yeah.
If you don't like Drake, you're not lit.
Drake had to be on here.
Yeah.
Come on, seriously.
Drake easily had to be on here.
He's such a big influencer in today's world and especially throughout this decade.
Yeah.
And this album's pretty iconic throughout the decade.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably one of people's favorite albums if you ask around at least our age.
Yeah.
Or a generation before us, since they kind of grew up around Drake. They would say one of this, I would say, would be in their top 5.
Yeah, probably. Well, we got 6. We're close. Rolling Stone. Next up, we got David Bowie with Black Star.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, David Bowie. I feel like you have a lot to say about this album, knowing at least for me, knowing that you are a David Bowie fan.
David Bowie's pretty chill. I really like his music. I don't know this album that well. I just remember it once it came out. I think it came out after his death. It did really well. I'm actually surprised to see it on here. I really am.
Mm.
But Rolling Stone's known for picking favorites with rock because it's Rolling Stone. But David Bowie, yeah, he passed away this past decade, and I give all credit. I endorse it that he's on the top 5. I'm surprised, but Do you know any David Bowie songs?
Not by name,
Okay.
unfortunately.
What about
I'm uncultured. So.
What about Space Oddity? Do you know that song?
I've heard of
that. That's a really good
I
song.
don't know if I could put a name to the song.
It's,
but I've heard of Space Oddity.
I don't want to sing,
It
but
sounds
like,
familiar.
it's a good song. I would listen to it. Anything David Bowie, I would listen to.
Okay.
He's got you gotta have a certain taste for him in some sort of way. I know some of my friends love David Bowie. I think Mr. Thorpe loves David Bowie too, so shout out to Mr. Thorpe. And the one thing about David Bowie that a lot of people don't know is he had 2 different eye colors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so one eye was blue, one eye was green, and it was really cool. So, yeah,
Cool.
I respect it.
Yeah.
And number 5.
It just said, I actually just read this. It said that this album came out 2 days before he died.
2 days before it, I knew it was around his death.
So it came out on his birthday, and then 2 days later he died. Which honestly kind of sucks.
That does suck.
Like not being able to like see what your album did and how like popular it got, or whatever. Just it sucks. But rest in peace, David Bowie, one more time. And then we have this. Number 4, we got Taylor Swift with Red. Red was
I
huge.
remember the album just being huge. I just remember seeing this and like Adele. I remember seeing these albums just like everywhere, the vinyls and like the CDs. I know it's up there for like one of the most sold albums like in history. I know it's in at least the top like 50. I know I said 50, but like maybe like 30. I know it's up there because Taylor Swift, at least this album, did really well.
You gotta respect Taylor Swift though. Even if you don't like her, you gotta respect her. She's one of the biggest icons of this generation.
And she's local too. She's from Reading.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you gotta rep the fam.
Yeah, rep the Berks County.
This is my baby right here. Number 3, we got Kendrick Lamar with To Pimp a Butterfly. Now, if you know me at all, I love Kendrick Lamar. I think he's one of the best rappers.
He's a god.
Like in this and last generation, easily one of the best rappers. This album, I think this is easily one of the best. I so agree with it being at least top 5.
Yeah, I would say it has to be in the top 5.
It has to be top 5. But this it's great. It's about like racial like issues going on at the time, and it's just he became an influencer for like that community of people.
Like Drake's older album, like Scorpion, like you said, I think that should have been on here. Okay. Stuff like that. Maybe Jesus is King. Like
that's easily the best album. Don't no cap. David Bowie studied it, working on his final LP, Black Star.
Hey,
see, look at that. All right, next up. We got pretty banging album, I gotta say. We got Beyonce.
Of course you could be on
Lemonade.
Here. Of course.
Obviously. Okay, we're back.
Sorry, we were experiencing
technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
We're back though. Anyway, Beyonce, Lemonade. Pretty great album.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Just anything Beyonce's kind of fire.
Anything Beyonce comes out with is honestly really, really good. Obviously, best album. This is her 6th album, which is pretty crazy.
I just know she's a goddess. I don't listen to her music. I just know she has a fantastic voice.
Oh yeah, that's true. I can guarantee, probably one of the best voices I've ever heard.
Oh yeah.
Number 1, album of the decade according to Rolling Stone, is Kanye West's "My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy." There's so many different sounds from this album.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just the versatility of it just is part of what makes it really a great album.
It's also Kanye West. Like a
it's
lot of
also
people,
Kanye West.
A lot of people just like him, and then there's like those people that just don't like him. And just, like, they're straight up against him.
Yeah, I understand if you don't like Kanye's newest album. I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't deny that Kanye is probably one of the best rappers. Period. Yeah. Like of all time. I'm not just saying of this generation.
He's just like a big influencer.
Time. Yeah.
Like he's just got such a big influence on social media, rap, the rap community, just like all, like media in general. Just like he has such a big influence. not only is he a big influence, but who he's married to is also a big influence too. So like he's got that too.
I don't agree with this being number one. At least I don't think.
I don't either.
I agree with it being on this list. Easily top 10. Easily top 5 probably too.
Where's Imagine Dragons?
Imagine Dragons. You really think Imagine Dragons?
What? I thought they had like they always put out like this like they're like equivalent to like Nickelback.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
it's a more poppy Nickelback.
Like they have like the same songs, just like Nickelback did back in the 2000s. They're like the modern day version of Nickelback. They produce like the same single song every single year, and it's like the same single like album cover too. It's like funny. I mean, no offense to any Imagine Dragon fan, they're okay. Like their music's okay. It's just very similar. Like you gotta have some diversity with your songs. At least to like attract more people.
This was another episode of Soundcheck. That was top 8 albums of the decade. Tune in next week, and hope you enjoyed this episode.
Shout out to Mr. Palmer.
Shout out to Mr. Palmer,
wrestling god,
class of '98.
Class of '98.
All right, 3.
This is Soundcheck. Check it off.
3, 2, 1.